they ready in the back? I don't think they're ready. Hang on, guys. We got an issue out back. Yes, sir. Did you get them sold yet? Not yet. Not yet. Okay. $85. $85 here. Going to be 87. Going to be 90. The 5 and 2. Going to be 5. Going to be 10. Going to be 15 and 20 and 220 pounds 17 and a hand 20 and hand 20 by 20 here. Going to be 20 by 20 and 20 and hand 220 here. Bit of 20 and hand 20 by 20 here. Going to be 20 by 20 here. So about 217 and a half. Put them on Cavaness Bull 9. $50. $55 and 55, 55 and a half, 55, 60 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 to 70, 70 and a half, 70, $70 going to be 70, 70 and a half, 72, 50 and 72 and a half, 75 here, 75, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 80 and now 80 but 80 there, going to be 182, you give 82 and a half, going to be 82 and a half, going to be 82, 50 and now 2 and a half, going to be 82 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, 85 and 90 here, 190 here, going to be 190, going to be 85 and 90, top row, you're at 195 and 95 now 2 and 95 to get 2 and 95 to get 2, going to be 195, going to be 2 and hand 2 here, going to be 195, going to be 2 and 32 here, going to be 195, going to be 2, sort of 195 and tone. $2. $2.10 and $2.10, but $2.10, $2.10, and now $2.10, but $2.10, going to be $2.10, going to be $2.10, going to be $2.10, $2.10 a pound, $2.10 here, $1.50, $1.60, $1.50, 60, going to be 150, going to be 150, 60, going to be 160, 150, 160, 70, 170, 180, going to be 81, 81, 75, and 75 here, 75 here, 75 here, 75 here, S, 170 on 9, 170 S9. One and 2 year old here, guys, here, 225. 225, yeah, 225, and 25, 25, 25, to get 30, to get 5, 35, 35, 40, 245, to get 45, 250, now 5, and 55, 55, 60, now 5, and to get 5, to get 5, to get 70, to get 2, 75, going to be 2, 75, and 80, to get 2, 80, and 75, 85, 85, and 90, to get 2, 95, to get 95, and 95, going to be 2, 95, and 295, 95 here, 95 there, to get 95, to get 95, to get 95, going to be 295 here, Chris, 290, 7X. $55, and 55, you give 55, 55, 7 and a half, 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 7 and 60, now 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, now 7 and 70, now 72 and a half, 72, 50, and 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, going to be 77 now, 77, 75, now 7, and 75, bit of a 7 here, 75, 77 here, 77 here, Chris, 175 on 20. $52 and a half, and 52 and a half, and 2 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, going to be 16, and 2 and a half, 62, 50, and 2 and a half high, and has a good, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70, and 2 and a half, 72, 55, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 83, going to be 82 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, 85, 85 here, going to be $85 here, going to be 85 there, going to be 85 here, 82, 85 here, going to be 82 and a half, Jace 3, 30, Jace 30, 182 and a half. Two-year-old ladies right there, 250. 255, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, now 55, 55, 60, 260, and 55, 60 online, you're at 265, and now 60, 70, 275, 75, 75, div 80, and 285, 85, 85, 85, and 100, we get 295, and 95, 95, and 300, we get 305, going to be 305, and 10, going to be 10, and 10, and 15, and 10, and 15, going to be 10, and 15, going to be 10, 15, going to be 310, 315 here, Chris, 310, 7X. Wave up here, 65. Has it get it? Has it get it? 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, now 70, now 70, now 72 and a half, 75, and 75 here, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 80, and now 80 bit 83, going to be 180, 180, going to be 80, and now 80 there, going to be 180, going to be 180 there, going to be 80 now, 80 here, Chris, 177.50 on 20. Six-year-old cows are 5 and 6 months. One's got a long toe. One's missing a toe and one's got a long toe. Put them together, you got all good toes. $1.50. $1.55. $1.55 and 55 there, you get 55 now, 55, 55, 55, $1.55 and 55 there, 55, 60, 160 now, 60, 155, 65, and now 70, you're going to be 170, you're going to be 170, now 70, and 65, 70, you get 70 now, 70 here now, 7.5, 70 now, 70, 170, 250, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 175 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75 here, 75 here, Cavus, 172 and a half on 5. Two and a 4-year-old, $2. $2.10 and $2.10, bit of a 10, 210, 210, 210, 210, 20, gonna be 20, bit of get 30, bit of get 30, bit of get 40, bit of get 40, bit of get 50, bit of get 50, 60, now 70, and 270, 80, 280, 290, now 290, 80, 90, and now 85 here, gonna be 85, 85, 85, 85 here, bit of 85, gonna be 85 here, Chris, 280, 3X. 5 and 6 year old cows. $1.50. $55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, going to be 70, 55, 75 up here, 75, kilogram, 75, 80, and 75, give 80, 75, 85, here, going to be 85, 85, and 90, going to be 195, going to get 95, going to be 195, going to be 195 and 2, and 95, going to be 2, and 95, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, going to be 2, and down 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 2 and a 5, going to give 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 2, 750, and down 10, going to be 10, 2, 10, 12 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, and down 15, going to be 215, 20, and down 25, and 225, going to be 225 here. Going to be 225 and 30, going to get 235 and 235 5 here, going to be 235 5 here, down 235, going to get 35 here, so about 230. Chris, 3x 230. 230. Check for a cribble on that deal. Okay. Okay. 7, 8 year olds here, 150. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and 60, and half 60, 160, and 7 and a half, going to be 62 and a half, but 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70 and a half, 75, 80, and now 185, going to be 85 and 90, going to be 190, 190, 190, here, going to be 85, 90, 85, 90, here, going to be 190, going to be 85, going to be 190, going to be 90, going to be 85, going to be 90, going to be 90 here, Chris, 185 on 15. Six, 7 year old cows here, 165. As I get 7 and a half, 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 going to be 7 and a half, 70, 170, and 7 and a half, 73, going to be 70, 170, 167 and a half, 70, and half, 72 and a half, 75, and 75 here, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 83, going to be 82 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, 85, 85 there, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 87 and a half, 87, 50, 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half, but about half here, going to be 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half here, almost sold 185. Kyle, 21. $10 years old, there's 6 months bred cows right there here, 1,500, 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, have a half here, have a half here, going to be 1,550, and 15 and a half here, 16 and a half here, going to be 17, going to be half, going to be 17 and a half, going to be 18, going to be half, going to be 18 and a half, 1850, 18 and a half, going to be 19, bit of 19 and a half, 2021, and 22, 22, 22 and a half, 3, going to be 23, 4, 23, 24 to 500, and 25, going to be 6, and 26, 7 and 7, 7 of 8, 27 of 8, 27 of 8, going to be 2,800, and 27, going to be 2,800, and 28, and 9, and 9, bit of 9, and 20, here, going to be 900, and 20, here, going to be 900, bit of 9, and going to be 20, here, going to be 900, going to be 9, here, going to be 9, S, 2,817. You remember we couldn't give them things away years ago? Huh? Yeah. $1 pound, and 105, and 105 here, going to be 105, 105, 105 here, 10, going to be 110, going to be 15, 110, 15, 20, and 125 here, 25, 25, 25, 25, going to be 125, and 25 here, 25 here, 25 here, 25, 25, 25, going to be 125 here, S, 121. $1.85, $1.85 and 5 here, going to be 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 90, 92 and a half, 92, 5, and 97 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 97, 50, and 96, 7, and 97, 97 of 8, we get 98, 97 of 9, we get 99, going to be 99, not 2, and 99, going to be 2, and 99, going to be 2, going to be 2, we get 2, going to be 199, going to be $2 here, going to be 199, going to be $2 here, Doug, 199, 7X. 210 and 210, 12 of the pound, bit of a 210, 12 of the pound, going to be 210, 12 of the pound, bit of a 210, 12 of the pound, going to be $2 a pound, going to be 2.5 and 2.5, 2.5, bit of 2.5, bit of a 2.5, going to be 2.5, going to be 2.5, now 5 and half 5, you bit Doug, and half 5, bit of 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 5, and half 5 here, cabinets 2.5, boo. $2 and 5 and 2.5. It'll get 5 here and half 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 10. Going to be 210, 15 and hand 20. Going to be 20, 27. Hit it a half 7. Hit it a half 17, 50 and 7. Hit it a half 7. Hit it a half 17. Now 50 here ties in 7. Hit it a half 7. Hit it a half now 20 and hand 20 by 20 and hand 20. Going to be 23. Going to be 18. Going to be 19. Going to be 18. Bit of 19. Hand 19. Going to be 18. Going to be 19 here. Sort of a 218. Cabinets bull 218. Long-toed bull, $1.80. 185, 85 there, going to be 85 there, going to be 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 90, going to be 192 and a half, 95. 195 and 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 97, 50 and 97 and a half, 97 and a half, going to be $2 a pound, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2 and a half, 2, going to be 2 and a half, 2 here, so 197 and a half, Doug 7. Sir. 6. Gotcha. $85, 85 there, going to be $85.05 here, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 75, 7 and a half, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77, 80, and now 82 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, half 5, 85, 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 90, going to be 190, going to be 90, going to be 190, and now 8, 9, and now 9, going to be 90, going to be 90, going to be 90, bit of 90 here, going to be 190, and now 90 here, going to be 90, going to get 90, going to be 90, going to get 90 here, now 1, and 90 here, 91, 91, 91, 2, going to get 92, 3, going to get 92, 3, going to get 93, 4, and 93, 4, and 93, 4, going to get 94, going to be 93, $4.93, going to get $4 here, so $193, Doug 7. $2 now 5 and 2 and 5, we get 5 and 5 here, now 5 and 5, we get 5, we get 5, 205 and 2 and 5 here, now 5 3, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5 and 10, going to be 10, now 15, now 15, 20, and now 20, we get 5, going to be 25, now 30, and now 30 with 30, and now 30, we get 30, going to be 30, we get 30, and 25, we get 30 here, Bo, 225, 9. $225 and $225 and 25, 25, 25, $225 and 30 and 25 and 30 and 25, we get 30 and 25, we get 30 and 25 and 30 and 5 and 35, 35, 40, we get 40 and 40, 35, 40 and 35, 40, we get 40 and 35, 40, 30 and 40 here, so about 235, Bo 9. 210, 12 and a half, and 210, and 12 and a half, going to be 10, 12 and a half, going to be 10, 12 and a half, going to be 210, 12 and a half, going to be 10, and 12 and a half, going to be 10, 12 and a half, going to be 210, 210 a pound, going to be $2 a pound, going to be 202 and a half, and 202.50, and 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, bit of that here, and half 5, and half 5, going to give and a 5 here, and half 5, 3, 5, and 2 and a 5, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 5, going to be 7, 5, and half 7, half 7, half 9, going to be 209, and 10, 9, 10, going to be 9, 10, 9, 10, 11, and 211, going to get 211, going to be 10, 11, and 12, and 212 a pound, going to be 11, 12, 11, going to be 12, 11, now 12 here, so about 211, Debo, 211. $185, 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, 7, 7, 7, 90, 92 and a half, 92, 50, and 92 and a half, 95, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, down 2, and $2 be and 2, and 2, and 5 and a half, going to be $2 now, 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 201, and now 1 here, bit of a 1, now 2, going to be 202, going to be 2 and a half, 3, going to get 3, and 202, 3, and half 3, going to get 3, and 202, going to be $3 here, D-Bull, 202, put an X on it, please. $2, half 5, and 2 to 5, it'll give 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 10, 10, 12 to 10, 12 to 15, 17 and a half, going to be 20, and 2 and a half, 22, 50, and 22 and a half, it'll get 22 and a half, 5, and 225 here, 23, 25, 23, 25, 27, and 25, going to be 7, 25, going to be 27, 25, going to be 27, now 7 here, so about 225, D-Bull, 225. Old shortbread cows. Right there we go. $35. And 35. 35, 35, 35, 35, 40. And 35, 40, 35, 40, 40, 40, 35, 40, 35, 40, 30, 45. And 45, 50, 50, 50, 5. And 55, 60, 160, $1.65. $1.65 here, 65. And now 70, going to be 170, now 70. And now 70, going to be 70, going to be 70, now 70, going to be 70. They're everywhere. 170, going to be 70 here, so 165. Jace, 30. It's not. Seven and 8 year old cows. How far bred? 4 and 5 months bred, 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100 here, 2,100 here, we get 2 to 3, we get 4 and 5, and 26, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, I get up here, Kato, $7, $8, and 27 of 8, and 9, we get 9, and 3,000, now 3, and 25, we get 3, and 25, we get 3,000, now 1, and 3,100 here, 1, and 3,100 here, 100 here, 100 here, sold 3,000, put 1 Caleb on number 9. Seven, 8 year old, 5 months bred. 2,100 and 21 and 2,100 here, 1 here, 21, 21, 22, we get 3, and 23, we get 3, and 23, we get 4, and 24, we get 5, and 26, and 6, 7, and 7, 7 of 8, 27 of 8, 27 of 8, 7 of 8, 7 of 8, 7 of 8, we get 9, and 25, we get 3,000, now 3, and 25, we get 3, and 1, and 3,100, and 1, you get 1, 2, 1, we get 2, 3, and 33, we get 3, and 33, we get 3, and 32, 3, and 3,300, 32, going to be 3, and 3 here, so 3,200, put 1 to Caleb on number 9, put 1 done 9. to 10 years old guys right there here, 165. As a good 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 as 7.5, 7.5, 70, and 2.5, 72.5, 5, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 77.5, 77.50, and now 83, 82.5, 82.5, 82.5, 81, 2, and down to 3, 83, 83, 4, 3, going to be 84, 3, going to be 83, going to be 4, 3, going to be 83, going to be 4, going to be 3, going to be 4, going to be 83, going to be 184, 3, going to be 83, going to go Jace, 183, 30, 183. You say 3 to 6? What are you working on here, Lynn? Gotcha. Yes, sir, right there, 60.5, as a good 5, 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 72.5, 75, 75, 75, 83, going to be 80, 75, 85, 85, 85, 90, 90, 91, 91, 95, and 95 here, 95, 95, 92.5, and 92.5, group 90, 92.5, group 90, 92.5, group 92, 50, 95, and 95 here, 93, 95, and 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, 99, group 97, group 99, and 99, 99, now 2, and 99, 2, group 199, group 201, and 201 here, 1 here, group 201, and 201 here, 1 here, group 201, and 201 here, 1 here, 1 here, here, so about $2. Put them on bow. On number 5, put them on bow 5, $2 even. Dollar pound, 105, and $100 here, good 105, big 5, big 5, big 5, big 5, big 5, 105, and $100 here, good 105, big 5, big 5, big 5 here, good to be 110, good to be 110, 115, 20, and 25, good to be 125, good to be 30, and 25, big 30, and 25, big 30, good to be 25, big 30, 125, big 30, good to be 25, big 30, 125, big 30 here, sold 125. What's the name? Weeby? Weeby. Oklahoma Longhorn. 125, and $125, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, going to be 125, going to be 125, going to be 125, 125, now 30, and 25, 30, and 25, going to be 30, and 25, going to be 30, going to be 30, and 25, going to be 30, 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 sold 125, S9. There's Boo, 185, 85, 85, 87, 92, 95, 95, 7, 97, going to be 2, 2, 2, going to be 2, 2, and 5, and 2, 5, 7, 7, 7, 10, going to be 210, 210, 210, 210 over here, 210, 12, going to be 10, 12, going to be 10, 12, going to be 210, 12, 50, and 211, 12, 11, 12, 11, bit of 12 and 13, bit of 13, bit of 13, going to be 12 and 13, going to be 12 and 13, going to be 212, going to be 13, bit of 13 here, Doug 7, 212. Got bumps and lumps everywhere. $1.05, and $105 here. Go to 105, 85, 85, now 50 cents a pound. 55, 60, 5, 70, 5, 80, 5, 85 cents a pound. Dr. Roy, 85. Sold 80, S1. Dr. Roy. $220, 220 and 220 pound, bit of 20, group 220, 220, 220, 210 and 210, 12 of a group 10, 12 of a 15, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 20 bit 20 here, now 20 and hand 20, 18, 19 and 19, 20 here, group 20, now 1 and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, bit of 1 here, group 221 here, group $1 here, sort of a 220, cabinets bull, 220. $2 a pound, 202 and a half, and 202 and a half, get 2 and a half, bit of that, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, get 2 and a half, group 202 and a half, group 202 and a half, group now 5, and half 5, 7 and a half, 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 6, 7, and 7 and 7 and 7 of 8 now, 7 now, 8 here, bit of 7 now, 8 now, 9, bit of 9 now, 9, 209, and now 10, and 9, 10, bit of 9, 10, bit of 9, 10, group 209, bit of 10, group 10, here's sort of a 209, Doug 7. All older mamas. Old mamas here, 150. 152 and a half, and 52 and a half, 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 52.50, and now 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, 52 and a half, 52 and a half, 52 and a half, 5, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, 70, and 2 and a half, now 72, 55, and 75, 750, and 77 and a half, 83, group 82 and a half, group 82 and a half, now 5, 85, 87 and a half, group 87 and a half, group 1/2 here, group 87, 50, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 86, 7, 87, now 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, here, group 87, bit of a 7 now, here, group 188, they're everywhere, $188, 87, group 88, here, group 87, group 88, here, group 87, group 8, sold 187, Terry 5. What are these cows? Let me get here, Lid. Who are you working on? Okay. 6 to 10.
6 to 10, yes sir. Okay.
Yes, sir. Rather, 165. And 65, 65, 7 and a half, and 7 and a half, 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 70, 70, now 70, now 72 and a half, 72.50, and 70, now 2 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 3, 5, and 73, 5, 73, 4, 73, 4, 73, now 4, and $74, 4 here, 74, 75, and 75 here, 75, 74, 75, 76, and 75, 6, 7, and 77, 77, 77, $8, and 77 of 9, pound high, group 7 and how 80, and high, group 85, group 85, group 85, group 181, $81, 1, 2, group 81, 81, 2, 82, 82, 81, now 2, 80 pound 2, 81, get 2, 81, now 2 here, sold 181, put them on Chris, on 20, 181. 185, $85 here, group 85, 87 of hand, group 90, 92 and a half, 92 and a half, 5, and 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, now 2, and now 2, group 2 and a half, 5, and 2 and a 5, group 7 and a half, 7 and 10, group 2, 10, group 10, 10, 10, 12 of 10, 12 of 2, 11, and 10, 11, group 10, 11, group 10, 11, group 2, 10, 11 here, group 10, 11 here, group 2, 10, 11 here, D-Bull, 210, X. $0.20 a pound. 20, we get 30, 40, and 40, we get 55, 5, and 55, 60, now 5, and that's a good 70, we get 70, now 5, 75, now 80, good to be 85, 85, 85, and 100, we get 95, and 95, 95, 95, and 95, we get 95, we get 95, good to be 95, and $95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, we get 95, we get 95 here, Chris, 90 on 12. I don't care for her too much, Chris. Not yet. Got a long way to go. 4 and 6 months bred calves, 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100 here, 1,100 here, 2,100 here, 21, 21, and 21, and 22, and 2, and 3, and 23, and 23, 300, and 22, and 3, and 23, and 22, 300, and 22, 300, here's sort of at 2,200. Put him on Caleb on number 33. Four to 6 year olds. Right there, here, $2 now 5, and 205, and 205, get 5 here, 5, get 5, get 5 here, 5 here, I got it, 2 now 5, and 205, and 2 now 5 here, 5, get 5, 10, 210, 210, 210, 15, and 15, 20, group 220, group 220, now 20, and down 225, and 25, and 30, we get 230, we get 230, and 25, 235, yeah, 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 here, group 235, and 235 here, 5 here, 5 here, group 235, and 35 here, 5 here, bow, 230 on 5, 230. Five and 6 year olds, yes. 165, and 750, and now 70, and now 70, down 2.5, 72 and a half, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half here, now 80, and now 80 there, 82 and a half here, 81, 3, 83, 83, now 5 here, 83, 85, 85, 85 here, 87 here, 187 here, top row, you're out, 87, 87 here, 87, 87, 87 here, 87 and 9, group 91, 3, and 93, 193, 195, 195, $7.97, 197, and 97 here, 197 here, 95, 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, he's out, 197, sold 195, Ricardo 6. Four and 5 rows, $2. $2.05 and $2.05. Get 5, get 5, get 5, get 5, now 5 here. Out the gate, 205 and now 5 here. 5, get 5, get 5, get 5, now 5 here. Go to 205 and 2 now 5 here, now 5 here. 5, get 10, go to 210, 210, 15, 215, 20 and now 20, go to 20, go to 25 and 225 here. And go to be 5 here. 225 here. Go to be 225 here. Go to be 225 here. 5 and you bid 225. You bid over here. 225. David, you bidding? 225. Bo, 220. 1. Swatting flies, David. 4 and 5s are open here. Here's 65. And 65, 70. And now 65, 70. 65, 70. And now 70 here. Now 70, 70. Now 5. And 75 here. 75, 75, 70, 80. 85 here. 85, 90 here. 195. And 95 here. 95, 95, 95. 95, 2.5, 5. And 95 here. 95, 95, 95, 7, 97, 97, 97, 50. And 97, 97, 7 here. Sold 195. Kyle 1. Yes. 20 or 21. 21. I don't know. My bad, Kyle. 6 to 8, they're open. 6 to 8-year-olds here, guys, right there. 155 and 55 and 55. 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 62 and a half, 5 and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, 70 and 2 and a half, 70 and 2 and a half, 5 and 70, 70 and 77 and a half, 77 now, 82 and a half, 82 and a half, 5, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87 and 90 and 90, 2 and a half, 90 and 2 and a half, 5 and 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 195, 750 and 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 197 and a half, 197, 50 and 97 and a half here, so 195, Kyle 21. Seven to 10-year-olds right here, daughter 55 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 57, 50 and 57 and a half, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, 5 and 5 here, 65 and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, we get 70, now 2 and a half and 72 and a half, 75 here, 75 here, 75 and 75 and 5 here, 75 here, 75 here, 75 here, Jace, 172 and a half, 30. Six to 10. And be some short breds on this deal. They're all going to go. Daughter 65 and 65 and 7 and a half, 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 going to be 7 and a half, going to be 750 and half, 70, 70, not 2 and a half, going to be 70, not 2 and a half, 5 and 75 here, 77 and a half, going to be 7750 and 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half here, going to be 7750 and 77 and a half here, 77 of 80 and how here, going to be 81 here, 81 here, 81 here, 81 here, Jace 180 on 30. Five to 10-year-olds, guys. 165 and 65 and 7 and a half, 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 going to be 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70 and half, 70, 70 pound, going to be 70 and 2 and a half, going to be 70 and 2 and a half, 5 and 75, 50 and 77 and a half, now 80 there, 81, 81, 80 here, 77 and a half, $8 and 78, 78, 78, 78, now 9 and down high, going to be 9, 80 there, 89 here, going to be 81, 81, 80 here, 79, going to be 180 and 79, going to be 80 down, 79, going to be 81, 81 $1 here, going to be 81, 81, 81. 81, 81, 81, 81, here, going to be 81, going to be 81, going to be 81, going to be daughter 81, a daughter 81 a pound, going to be 80 $1 here, going to be 81, going to be 81 here, Chris 180 on 20. Eight to 10-year-olds. All right, right there, 165 and 65 and 7 and a half, 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 750 and 67 and a half, now 7 and a half, now 7 and a half, going to be 67 and a half here, now half here, 60 and 70 and half, 70, now 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 5 and 75, 50 and 77 and a half, 80 there, 81 here, 81 $1 here, going to be 81, 81, 81 here, going to be 81, bit of a 1, 81 here, 81 here, $1 here, sort of 180, Jace 30. Slaughter only. $2, 2.5, and $2 now, 2.5, bit of 2.5, bit of 2.5, bit of 2.5, going to be 2.5 here now, 2.5, 5, and now 5, and 2.5, bit of 5, now 3, bit of 3, and now 3, bit of 4, and 3, bit of 4, we're going to be 4 and a half, 5 here, 5 here, going to be 205, and 5 now, 5, 6 Carter, and 6 here now, 6, 7, and now 7, 8 here, going to be 7 now, 8, 8 here now, 7, going to be 8 now, 9, going to be 209, and now 9, bit of 9, 10, and 9, 10, going to be 9, 10, going to be 209, going to be 10, 10, 10 here, going to be 209 now, 10, and 9 here, bit of a 10, 10, 10 here, going to be 209, bit of a 10 now, 10 here, so about 290 bull. $10-year-old. $1.65. Is it going to $7.5, $7.50, and 67 to 70, 70, now 2.5, 75, 75, 75, 50, and now 80 there, 180, 180 there, 2.5, 82.5 here, 80, 2.5, 80, now 2.5 here, Chris, 180 on 10. She's a 3. She's open. How they here? $85. 85, 85, 85, and 90, 90, 85, 90, 85, 95, and 95, 2, 95, 2, now 5 here, 5 and 10, going to be 210, 15, and 15 to 20, and now 25 here, 25, 25, 25, 25, 30, we get 230, now 230, and 25, now 30 here, going to be 30, we get 30, we get 30, we get 30, we get 30, now 30 here, Bo, 225, 1. $165. Has a good five. 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 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. Now 70 and 67.5. 70. 70. Now 2.5. 72.5. 5 and 75 here. 77.5. 77.5 here. Now half here. John Jabit. 77.50 and 77.5 here. Going to be 77. Now 80 and now 80 the ground. Now 80 there. 2.5 here. 80 now 2.5. 5. 85.5. Going to be 85.5 here. Going to be 87.5. Going to be 87.5. Going to be 87.50. 87.5 here. Going to be 87.5 here, 87.5 here, so 185. Chris, 21. Two and open. 250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, Bojabit, 60, and 265, 65, 70, and 275, 75, 75, 80, and 285, going to be 85, 85, and 90, going to get 2, and 90, going to be 85, going to get 90, 85, and 90, Bo 1, 285, or 280. $250. 255, 55, 55, 60 and a half, 60, 55, going to be 70, now 5, going to be 82, 82, 85, 85 and 90, going to get 295, 95 and 300 and a half, 3, going to be 305, and 305 and 10, going to be 10, 15, 320, 320, and hand 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, bit of 20, going to be 20, bit of 20 here, 20 there, and 20 here, so 315, Chris, 7X. 165, and to get it high, has a good, has a good, has a good, has a good, 75, 75, group 85, 85, 85, 85, and 90 here, 195 here, 195, 95, 95, 2, and 205 here, 5, 10, group 210, 15, and now 15, 15, 20 here, group 225, and 225, and 25, 25, 30, we get 2, 30, 35, and 35, 35, 40, we get 2, 40, 240, and 35, 40, we get 40, 35, 40, we get 40, and 35, 40 here, Bo, 235, 1.
Where's Crawford?
172.50 and 72.5, group 72.5, 72.5, 72.5, 72.5, 72.50 and 72.5, group 70, we get 2.5, group 72.5 here, so 170. Put them on number 21. Put them on Chris, number 21, a little bit quicker.
Saturday night. Down.
5-year-old.
Yes, sir. 5,
185, 85 and 5 here, group 85 there, group 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85 here, 75 and 77.50 and 77 and a half, 77 and a half here, group 77 and a half here, group 77 and a half and 80 and down 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, group 82 and a half here, so 180 S21.
5 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours. How old's this cow?
4-year-old. $55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 55, 60, 55, 65, and now 70, now 70, now 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, and 75 here, 175 here, 175 here, Chris, 170, 21. Six-year-old, let's weigh right here, 155, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 57, 60, and then 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, 70, now 70, another 73, going to be 70, 70, going to be 70, now 70, 250, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 77 and a half here, 77 and a half, 80, and now 80, you give 80 there, 180, 180 here, so 177 and a half, Chris, 21. Long toes here, 65. Has a good high, has a good, 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 7 and a half, 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 67 and a half, and 67.50, and has 7 and a half, 7 and 70, 70, now 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72.50, and 72 and a half, going to be 70, we get 2 and a half here, D, 170 on 2. Yeah, $1.35. Yeah, $1.35. And 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. We get 35. Going to be 35. We get 35. Going to be 135. And 35 here, 35, 35, 35, 35. Dollar pound. 105, 105, 105, 105. $1.05. We get 5. We get 5 and 10. Going to be 110. 15. Pound 10. 15. $1.10. Pound 15. Going to be 110. Going to be 115 here. S. 110. 1. Two years, she's 8 months bred, 2,500 and 25, 25 and 27 and a half, 7 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 and 3,000, 32.50 and 3,500 and 3,500. We get 35, 35, 35, 35, 3,500. Guys, right over here, 3,500. 3,500 and 35 and 3,500. We get 3,500. We get 3,500. We get 3,500. Sold her 32 and a half. Nitzel. 7 years and 4 months, guys. Who give 1,000 on her? 10, 1100, and 10, 11. You 10, 11, now 12, and 14. Going to be 16. Going to be 18. Now 1800. Now 2,000. Now 2. And 2,000. Going to be 19. And 19. Going to be 18. Going to be 19. Going to be 18. Good 19. Now 2. And 2,000. Going to be 2,000. Going to be 2,001. And 2,100 down 2. 2,200. 2,200. 3. And 23. To get 3. And 23. To get 3. And 4. And 24. To get 500. 5 here. Going to be 2,500. And 2,500. 600. And 25. Going to be 26,700. 700, 700, 700, 700, going to be 2,700, and 20, to get 700, going to be 2,700 here, so 2,600, Nitzel. Wait the cow, guys. She's 10 right there, 165. And it's a good five. Has a good 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half. Going to be 67 and a half, and half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70 now, 72 and a half, 75, and 75 here, 75 is 50, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half here. Going to be 77 and a half here, D, 175 2. Dollar pound. 105 and 105 here. Good to 105. It get 5. It get 5. It get 5 and 5 here. 5 here. Good to be 105 and 100 out of 5 here. Good to be 105. It get 5 and 10. Good to be 110. 15 down 20. Good to be 125 and 25 and 30. It get 35. Good to be 35. 40. It get 40 and half 5 and 45. 50. It get 50 and 50. 150 and 45 and 50 and 50. 45. 53. It get 50 and 50 here. So 145. D2. $10-year-old, $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57, going to be 60, now 2 and a half, now 5, now 7 and a half, now 7 and a half, 7 and 70, now 70, now 70, 170, and 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, 75, 75, 80, 80 and a half, 5, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, here's sold, 180, Jace 30. $4 she's 8 months bred, 2,500 and 25, 25 and 27 going to be 3,000 and 32 and a half, 35 and 35 and 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 37, 50 and 37 what about 600 and 35 going to be 600, 35, 3,600 and 35 going to be 3,600 here, going to be 35, going to be 3,600 here, going to be 35, going to be 600 here, sold at 3,500. Caleb on number 45. $10-year-old, $1.65, and a good 5, has a good 5, 7 and a half, 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 70, and 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75, 80, and now 80, 75, 80, 75, go to be 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 80, go to be 80, go to be 80, now 80, Ricardo, 175. Young bull. $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 60, and half high. So get a 70, now 70, 175, 80, there you give 80, 180, and 75, going to be 80, 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 going to give 80, 75, going to be 180 here, sold 175, Doug 6. Ouch. Boy, she couldn't see the bull sneak up on her, could she? Yeah. I have no idea. 50 cents a pound. 60 cents a pound. 70 cents a pound. Going to be 70, now 80, 90. $1 a pound. You bidding? Sold 90S7. Bull's pretty desperate, isn't he? Gosh. Oh, Bo. All older? All 10-year-olds? All right, out there here, 165, and 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, and 65, and 65, and 7, 7, 7, 70, now 70, 170, 102 and a half, and 75, and 75, 75, 77, 77 and a half, 750, and 70, now 7, 77 and a half, here you're going to be 77 and a half, here, Jace, 175, 30. Eight to 10-year-olds. $65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 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 going to be 67 and a half, and 67.50, and 67 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and going to be 67 and a half, 6, 7, and 7, $8, and how 8 now 67, going to be 68, and how 7 going to be 68, $8 and 9, and how 9 jigga 9 going to be 70, 70, going to be 70, now 70, and how here 70, have 1, and 71, 71, 71, 71, 72, and 71 going to be 2, 71 going to be 2, 71 going to be 2, 71 going to be $2, and 71 going to be 2, going to be 2, 71 going to be 2, mid 2 here, sort of 171. Jace on number 30. What? Which one do you want to pull off, Jace? One of them's got a bad eye. The Hereford's got a bad eye. Okay. Right there at the end. We got her? Good. If they got her, we'll bring her right back.
Oh, you got one more. You got one more. Oh, okay. You want him to bring it right back?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it if we can get it.
Seven messages. Jeepers creepers. $125, yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 30, and 25, 30, 25, 30, 125, 30, 25, now 30, and 30, now 5, yeah, 35, and 35, 35, 40, 40, going to be 35, 45, and 45, 50, 55, 50, 155, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 2 and a half, 52 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 50, and 2 and a half, going to be 50, and 2 and a half, here, D, 152. 7 and 10-year-olds right there, 155 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 5, going to be 7 and a half, now 70, 170, 170, and now 77, give 8, 9, and now 9, good 9, 9, and now 9, going to be 8, and now 9, daughter, going to be 9, 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 here's 168, Jace 30. Six to 10, 6 to 8-year-olds, 6 to 10. $65. Has a good five. Has a good 7 and a half, 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 70, and now 70, now 70, 170, going to get 70, going to be 70, and 73, down 2 and a half, and 72 and a half, 72 and a half, join your house, 72.50, and 72 and a half, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, and 73, going to get 3, and 73, going to get 3, and 4, and 74, 75, 75, 74 and a 5, and 74 and a 5 here, 600, and 75, 6, 75, 675, going to be 76 here, 75, going to be 76 here, 75, going to be 76. So 175, Gibbon. 22. $4 and 5-year-olds. $65. Has a good five. Has a good 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half. Going to be 67 and a half, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 72 and a half, 75, 75, 75, 75, 80, and 180, and 75, give 87, 85, 85, 85, and 90, 190, 190, Lydia, 190, and 90, 95, here, 95, here, 95, 95, 2 and a half, 5, here, 95, here, 95, 95, 95, 95, here, 95, and 95, 95, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 97 and a half. Going to be $2 a pound. Going to be 205 and 205 and now 5 here, 5 here, going to be 205 and 2 and 5 here, 5 here. Caleb, $2 on number 22. Six to 10. 165. Has a good five. Has a good 7 and a half, 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 7 and a half. Going to be 67 and a half, and 67, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, going to get 70, now 70, going to be $8, and now high, going to be 9, going to get 9, now 70, going to get 70, going to be 170, $170 pound, going to be 70, going to get 70, going to be 9, going to be 70, going to be 9, now 70, now 1, and 71, 2, and now 2, 3, and 73, going to get 3, and 73, going to get 4, and 73, going to get 4, 73, now 4, and 73, $4, 73, going to get 4, 73, going to go over here, Chris. 173 on number 21. 173. All crippled, all good to go, guys. $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 60, and has a good, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 5, has a good, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 67 and a half, and 67 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 67 and a half, 6, 7, 8. Cavaness, 167X. Way to move, 185, 85 there, group 85, 85, 85, 90 here, 190, 190, 190 here, 85, 90 here, group 85, 90, 85 and 95, and 95 and 2, group 2, 197 and a hand, 97 and a hand, 7 and a hand, 7 and a hand, 7 and a hand, 7 and now 2, and now 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 1, 3, and now 3, 5, 7, and now 5, 5, 3 and a 5, 205, 5, 5, 5 here, so 203, give and boo. $125. They're all going to go. $125. Yeah, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25 here. $1 pound. $105 and $105. Going to be $105. Going to be $110. Now 15. Going to be 20. Going to get 5. Going to be 30. Going to get 30. Now 30. Now 30. And 25, 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. Going to be 135. Going to be 135 and 35, 40. $40. $45. 145. 55. $55 and 55 here. 5 here. 55 here. Here. Sold 150 McGee. Six to 8 months bred. Look here, guys. 2100 and 21 and 2100 here. 1 here. 21 here. 21 here. 21, 21, 21, 2100 and 21 and 2100 here. 1 here. 1 here. Here. 2100 and 2100 here. 1 here. Here. Going to be 15, 16 and 15, 16, 17 and 17. 18, 18, 17. Going to be 1800, 1800, 19 and 19 now 2000. Going to be 2000. And 2,000, able to get 2,000, going to be 2,000, now 1, and 2,100, and 2,100 here, finally got them sold, 2,100, 2,100, 2,100, 2,100 here, sold about 2,000, what's the name? VA, 5x5 and a 5x7, 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 21, and 21, we get 3, and 23, we get 5, and 25, we get 7, 27, and 9, and 3, and 2,133, 31, 33, 31, 2, and 31, give 2, 3, and 33, we get 3, and 33, we get 3, 4, and 33, we get 4, 34, 5, and 35, 600, and 35, going to be 3,600, 35, 3,600, and 35, going to be 3,600, 36, now 7, and 37, we get 37, we get 37, going to be 37, going to be half 7, and 37, and 37, and 7, 7, 7, 700, going to be 3,700, and 30, 700, 3,700 here, TK, 36 and a half on number 3. 5 and 6-year-old cows are 2 and 4 months bred. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100 here. 21, 21, 22, we get 3, and 4, now 500, 600, and 600 here, 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 here. Going to be 27, now 8, and 27, now 8, and 27, going to be 28, 127, but 8, now 9, and 9, 3, and 3,100, now 2, 1, 2, 3, we get 33, and 3, 4, and 33, 34, 33, now 400, 33, 4, and 33, we get 4, and 33, we get 400. Going to be 33, we get 400, going to be 33, we get 400, going to be 33, we get 400. Sold them 3,300. Put them on number 45. Caleb 45. What did we get for that? 36.50. Six and 7 years old. They're 3 and 5 months. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100 here, 1, here, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, and 23, 3, and 23, 4, and 24, now 5, now 6, and 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 700, now 6, 7, and 27, going to be 20, now 9, and now 9, going to be 20, going to be 900, going to be 20, going to be 9, going to be 20, going to be 900, and now 3, and 31, 2, and now 2, 3, 33, 33, 33, 33, 4, and 33, 4, 33, 4, 33, 4, going to be 33, 400, Nitzel, 3,300.
Are they holding that other one? Are they holding that other one? Okay.
10-year-old cows are 3 months bred. 2,000. 2,100 and 2,100 here, 1, here, 2,100 here, 21, 21, 21, 21, and 2,100 here, 1 here, 100 here, 100 here, boys, in 6 months you make $1,000. 2,100, 2,100, 21, 2, 22, make 800, 22. So 2,100, Weeby. Yeah. May not be any good, but I'll sign anything. Weigh the cow right there, here, 165. And 65, and 7 and a half, 67 and a half, and 67 and a half, and 67 and a half, 7 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 and a half, who bid? 155 and 55, and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 57 and 62 and a half, now 2 and a half, 5, and 65 and 65, half higher here, D, 162 and a half, 2. Two-year-olds, and they're open here, 255 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55. Who are you working on, Lynn? 255 and 55, 60 and 265, and now how's it going to 70, 275, 75, 75, 75, 80, and 285 here, 85, 85, 90, 290, 290, 295, and 95 here, 95 and 300, and 95, 3, now 5 here, 10, and 10, 10, 15, and 10 and 15, going to be 10 and 15, going to be 10, 15, going to be 3, 10, 15, going to be 10, 15, and 3, 10 and 15, going to be 10 and 15, going to be 10 and 15 here, Chris, 310, 7X. One pluses, and they're open. Might need to give them a little warming shot. Right there, going to be 250. 255 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, going to be 255 and 55 here, 5 here, 5 here, going to be $2 down 10, 210, 220, 230, 240, and 40, 50, and 250, 60, going to be 255 and 55 and 55, 60, 260, 255, 60, and now 60 there, 50, 60, now 5, and 55, and 55, 265 here, 5 here, Bo, 260 on 1. Five-year-olds are single tested here, 165, and 65, and 65, and 750, and 67 and a half, now 7 and a half, 70, 70 down, 2 and a half, 72, 50, and 70 down, 2 and a half, 75, and 75 here, 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half, going to be 80, and now 80 here, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, 85 here, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, Kelly Brown, 85, 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half, going to be 87, 50, 90, 190, 195, $2, 205, 210, 15, 210, 15. Caleb, 210, 20, 22X. $4 to 9-year-olds, and they're all going to be open. Dollar pound, you're getting them all. Dollar bid, 105. 105 and 105 here. Going to be 105 and 5 and 10. Going to be 110, 15 now 20 and 125. Going to be 125 and 30. Going to get 30, 130 now 5 here. Going to be 35, 35, 40 and now 40, 40 now 5 and 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45 here. Going to be 145 and 45 there. Going to get 45. Going to be 145. Going to get 45, 45, 45, 45. Going to be 145 here. Going to be 145, 50 $1.50 and now 5 and 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here. S 150 on 9. See them in a while. Dollar pound. 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $2, 210, 220, 230, 240, 240. Sold 230. Luevno, something like that. Luenveo. Lavanos. Write it down. 4-year-old guys right there here, $1.85, $1.85, 85, 85 there, good to be 85 there, good to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, $1.55 and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, $1.55 and 55 here, 5 here, 5 here, 135, 40, and 35, 40, and 35, 40, 35, 40, 40, 35, 45, and 45, 50, 50, 50, 45, 50, $1.45, 50, 45 and half, 50 there, good to be 45, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 5 here, 55, and 55 here, 5 here, so 150. Showtime. Yellow. For these coming in? Yes. Yeah, okay. All right. 6 and 7-year-old cows out there, 165. As it get 5, 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 7 and a half, 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 750, and now 70, now 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, and 80, and now 2 and a half here, 85 here, 82 and a half, 5, 85 here, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85 here, 85, and now 750, 87 and a half here, 87 and a half, 87 and a half here, D, 185 on number 10. Resell the 7-year-old for you. Gotcha. Okay. Five-year-olds, guys. One's open, one of them's not checked. $1.65. As it get 5, as it get 5, as it get 5, as it get 5, as it get 70, 170, 175, 75, 75, 80, 185, 85, 85 here, 2 and a half here, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 82 and a half, 5, 85 here, 85, 5 here, 85, 5 here, this, 182 and a half, 21. Where are you at on them two, Caleb? You don't like them wide? $10-year-old. $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55 there, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 5, 60, and 55, 60 there, 5, going to be 60 here, now 5, 60, and 55, going to be 60 there, 5, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 2 and a half, 65, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, now 70, 170, 250, and 70, now 2 and a half, going to be 70, now 2 and a half, going to be 70, now 2 and a half, going to be 70, 250 here, so 170, Ricardo, nothing. Blowing the college out there at Redlands. 2 and 3 year olds are open. 250. 255 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 255 and 55 and a half, 5, 55, 60 now, 60, 55, going to be 5, 70 now, 70 and a half, 5, and 75, going to be 80 now, 80 there here, 285, 85, 85 and 90, going to get 2, 90, going to be 85, going to be 290, 85 and 90, 90 here, going to be 85, going to get 90, bow, 285, 1. Nice little cows, ain't they, Antone? $165 and 70 and half high, now 75, going to be 75, give 80 there, going to be 75, going to be 85, 85 and 90 here, 90, 190 here, 85, 95, and 95 and 2, and 95, going to be 195, going to be 205, and half 5 and 10, going to be 210, now 10, 10, 10 here, going to be 210, 15, and now 10 and 15, now 15, going to be 10, 10, 15, and 210, going to be 15, going to be 210, now 15 here, Caleb, 210, number 22X. $3 now 5 and 3 to 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 here 5 here 5 to 5 here going to be 305 and 10 and 310 310 15 320 and down 25 going to be 25 325 and 25 and 25 25 25 25 here 25 here 25 here bow 320 on 1. Two and a 3-year-old. There, boys, are there. Going to be 250 and half 5 and 55 and 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here. Going to be 255 and 50 and half 5 here. 60 and 260 pound here. Going to be 260 here. 260 and now 5. Now 70. Now 270 and 270. We get 270. Going to be 270. We get 270. Ricardo 265. One bred, one open. Order cows, rope on, 60, not 5. And 7 and 7 and 750 and 7 and 7 and 7 and going to be 7 and now 7 and 70, now 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5 and 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half, going to be now 80 and 180 there, 2 and a half, 82 and a half, 82, 50, 82 and a half here, going to be 80 that 2 and a half, going to be 80 that 2 and a half here, sort of 180. Chris, 21. She's 5 at 2+. She's got a lump jaw. Daughter 20. 125. E25 and 25, 25, 25, 25 and 30. We get 30. We get 5. Going to be 40 and 45, 45, 50, 50, 5, 55, 55, 60. And now 60 there. 5. Going to be 60 here. 55, 60 and 55, 60 there. 5. Going to be 60 here. Ricardo 155. Another bump. $50. $55. And 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here. 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 60. And now 2 and a half. Get 2 and a half, 5. And 65 and 5 here. 5 here. Cavernous. 162 and a half, 3. 250, now 5, and 55, and 55, now 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, going to be 70, now 70, 270, 275, and 75, 80 here, 280, 280, 280, 285, 85, and 100, 2, 90, going to be 295, 95, and 300, and now 5, going to be 305, and 10, and now 10, and 15, going to be 10, and 15, 20, and now 20, 20, 20, going to be 20, 20, 20, going to be 20, 20 here, Chris, 315, 7X. Four and open right here, 165. Has it good? 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 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, now 70, and now 72 and a half, 75, 75, 50, and 77 now, 80 there, 82 and a half here, 85 here, 85, 85 here, 85 and 5 here, 85 here, 182 and a half, 1, 5, 5. Looks like it. $85, $85 here, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 65. Has a good fun, has a good, has a good, has a good, has a good, 70, 75, 75, 80 here, 85, 85 and 90 here, 190, 190, 190 here, 85, 90, 85 and 90, going to be 85 and 100, going to be 90, going to be 90, going to be 90, going to be 85, going to be 90 here, Ricardo, 185. $250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, $2 a pound, 210, 220, 230, 240, 50, and 260, and 250, 60, going to be 250 now, 60, and 260 pound, going to be 50, 60, 70, now 270, 280, 280, 290, and 90, going to be 93, and 90, going to be 90, going to be 90, going to be 290, going to be bow, 291. $85, $85 here, going to be 85 there, going to be 85 there, going to be 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, going to be 90, 90 here, going to be 100, 92 and a half, 92 and a half, 95, 95 here, 97 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, down half here, going to be 202, 50, and now 5, 5, 5 here, 205, and now 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 here, 5 here, so 202 and a half, D Bull-X. 4-year-old here, $65. Has a good find, has a good, 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 70, 170, 175, and 75, 75, 80, 100, 85, 85, 85, 85, and 90 here, 190, 85, 90 here, 85, 90 here, 85, 90 here, 85, 90, Boyard, 185 and 90, 95, 195, 195, 195, so 190, bow 5. Guys, right there here, $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55 here, 25 and 30, and 25 and 30, and 30, 55, 40, 55, 50, 55, going to be 55, and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 60 here, 5, and 65, and has a good, 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 here, count us, 160 on 3. Well, they call him the fireman. $75.80 and $75.80 and $75.80 $75 group 80 $75 group 80 $75 group 85 85 85 and 90 here group 195 95 95 95 95 95 95 2 and 95 2 5 and 205 5 $5 $5 here group 205 and now 5 $5 $5 here Doug $2.07. Pretty good move right there, I think. Steer, $3. $3 bid, and half three, got three, but get three, half three, but get three, half three, 300, but get 250, 260, and 250, 60. Those Holsteins?
No,
I think so. We sold to Edsel.
no, these are two odds, I believe.
250, 60, 70, 80. 270, give 80. Bo, 270, 9. 270, Bo, 9.
Ricardo probably didn't get his. Two had.
How many did you have in that deal?
Everybody wants their stuff straight check.
$1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 5, and now 70, now 75, 75, give 80 here, 185, 85, 87, 87, 87, 87, 50, 87, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 90, and 90, 250, and 92, and 90, 92, 5, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, Robbie, 95, and 95, 95, 95, 95, cabinets, 192 and a half, boo. I don't know. Water upon $3, now 5, and 3 to 5, bit of 3, bit of 3, now 5 here, 5, now 10, good to be 10, now 15, now 20, and now 25, 25, 25, 25, and 30, bit of 3, 30, now 30, and now 30, now 30, 30, bit of 3, 30, bit of 3, 25, and 30 here, Chris, 325, 7X. Five years and 5 months, 3,000, 3,100, and 31, and 3,100, 3,100, 1, and 31, and have 1, and 31, 31, 31, 3,100, here 2, and now 2, and 33, 3, and 33, 4, and 3400, 33, 34, 5, and 35, 6, and 35, going to be 637, and 37, 37, 37, 37, and 37, and 37, and 7, 7, 7, here's order, 3,600, and it's 3,600. 3-year-old cow guys right here, 65, and 65, 70, 100, 71, 71, 71, 75, and 75, give 81, 85, 85, 85, and 90, 95, 95, 95, 92, and 95, group 205, group 205, and 10, group 210, 15, 210, 15, and 15, group 15, 20, and then 25 here, 225 and 30, we get 235, and 35 and 40, 240, and then 35 and 40, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40 here, Bo, 235, 5, 235. Nah. No. It's old tags. 120. 120 pound, and 120, 125, and 125 here, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, group 125, group 125, group 125, group 125, Weeby, 120. Seven years, 5 months. 2,500 and 25, and 25 and 25, 27 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 3,000 and 3 and 31 and 3,100, 31, 31, 31, 31, 3,100, 2 and 30 and 2 and 2, 3, 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, 3 and 33, 4 and 33, 4, 33, 4, 5 and 35 and 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 and 34 and 500 here, Caleb, 3,400 on 9. 5 years, 7 months, 3,000. 3,100 and 32 and 23 and 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, 34 and 33, 4 and 34, 5 and 35, 5, 35, 5, 3,500 and 34, 5 and 3,500, 500, 600 and 35, group 6 and 35, group 3,600, 36. You're out. 36, 7, 3,700. 30 now, 7 and 3,700, group 3,700. Sold 3,600. 45. Caleb, 45. You guys can't knock them Grady County boys out of them high-dollar cows. 125 and 125 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 30 and 25 and 30, 25, 30, 30, 25, 30, 125, 30, not 30 and 5 and 35, 35, 35, 35 and 40, 40, 35 and 40 and 35, 45 here, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 50, a dollar and a half, 50 and 45 and 50, 50, 45, 50, McGee, 145. Young and shortbred, 4 years and 3 months. 2,000. 2,100 and 21 and 2,100 here, 1,100 here, 2,100 here, 100 here, 100 here, 15 and a half and 15 and a half and 15 and a half here, half here, Greg Jabid, 16 and 16 and a half here, half here, going to be 16 and a half, Weeby, 1,600. Can't even hardly buy a baby calf for that much. You're just buying bred cows. Daughter, 105 and 105 here, good 105, good 5, good 5, good 5, 5 here, good 105, good 5, 5 here, good 105, 105 and 10 and 110, 15, 120, good 125 and 25, 25, 25, good 125, good 125, good 125, good 125 and 25 and 25, 25, 25 here, sold 120 S1. $65 and 65 and 7 and a half, 70 5 here, 75 5, 75 gave 85 85 here, 85 85 85 85 90 here, 95 and 95 95 95 95 good 95 bow 190 on 5. Got an old cow right there, $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and now 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and now 7 and a half, 7 and 70, now 72 and a half, 75, 75, 50, and 77, 80, they're going to be on 81, 81, 81, 80, and now 77, going to be 80, 80, they're going to be 80, 80, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, Terry, 180 on 5. Oh. 5-year-old, she's 7 months bred. Who get 5,000 on that jewel? She'd bring it somewhere. 2,500 and 25, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25 and 2,500, 25 here and 25, 25, 2,000, 2,100 and 2,100 here, 100 here, 100 here, 2,100 and 21, 1,500, 16, 17, 18, 19, 100, 19, 18, give 1,900 and 19, 2,000, 2,100, you got a line, 2,100. 21, and now 2, and 22, to get 3, 4, 23, to get 4, 5, 25, you got on line, 2,500, and 25, to get 5, and 25, to get 5, 2,500, 6, 7, 27, you're out on line, 8, 28, now 9, 29, Austin, 2,900, 20, going to be 900, so 2,800, Luvano. How old's this cow? She's old cow. 1 plus. 1 plus, and she's open. I didn't think she looked that old. $1.50. 1 plus plus. $1 pound. $1.10 and $100, $10, going to be $110, going to be $110, going to be $110, and $20, and $120, to get 30, and $30, to get 40, $140, $50, $50, 60, $150, $160, $150, $160, and Tone, you're out. $60, $150, $160. Showtime, $150. 4-year-old cow, $2, $210.20, and $210.20, and $210.20, bit of a $210.20, bit of a $210.20, there you're going to be $210.20, and $210.20, bit of a $20 there, you're going to be $20, there, you're going to be $20, here, Bo, $210, 1.
You know, they sell some Brahmas in Reno that's dirty for 6,300 with baby. I don't know if it's true or not. But it's yours in here. Right? Some here, some there, some there. Everybody pay. Looks like it's true. Our cows pretty high like that. The Brahma cows with babies.
Brian's boy, weren't they?
Sell what? 3
7-year-old cow here, 65, and a good 5, and a good 5, has 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 a good 5, 7 hands, 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 67, 50, and 7 hands, 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 7 hands here, Chris, 165, 21. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 7 55, 57 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 57, 50, and 57 hands, 57 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, 7 hands, Jace, 155, 30. 6 years and she's 4 months. $1,000. 1,000, 1,100, and 10, 11, 12, and 12, and 13, 13, 14, 1400, and 13, 14, 15, 15, 1600, and 15, going to be 16, and 15, going to be 16, going to be 15, going to be 1600, 15, going to be 16, and 15, going to be 1600. Ricardo, 1500, 7. Two years, she's 8 months bred. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, here, 100, here, 2,100, here, 100, here, 1, and 21, and 2,100, here, 1, here, 21, 21, 100, now 2, and 25, to get 2, and 23, to get 3, and 23, to get 3, and 23, to get 4, and 24, 5, and 25, 25, and 25, 25, 2,500, here, 600, and 25, going to be 2,600, 25, going to be 6, so 2,500, Luviano. 2-year-old blue cow, $2. 210. 210 a pound, 210, and 210 a pound, bit of a 210, 210, 210, 210, and 10, 10, we get 210, go to 10, go to 10, go to 10, 910, here, boat, $2. Number 1. It's twice today you've been late. $65. As a good 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 as 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 770, and now 72.5, 75, 75, 75 here, 75 here, 5, 750, and 77.5, 77.5, going to be 70, now 80, and now here did you give 82.5, going to be 2.5, going to be 82.50, 82.5, bit of a half here, going to be 82.5 here, Chris, 180, 15. 180. Did I say 280? 9-year-old cow here, 125. 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, and 30, and 25, to get 30, and 25, to get 30, and 25, to get 35, 35, 35, 35, and 40, to get 45, going to be 145, 145, and 45, and 45 here, 45, 50, to get 50, 50, 5, and 55, 55, 60, and now 65, 65, 65, as a get 5, yeah, down here, 165, as a get 5, 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 as a get sold, 160, Terry 5. 1 by 8, 1,500. 15 and a half, 15 and a half, half and a half, going to be 15 and a half, and 15 and a half here now, 16 and 17, 18 and 19, and 2,000, and 2,100 here, 21, 21, 21, 21, now 2, 21, to get 2, and 23, to get 3, and 23, to get 3, and 23, to get 3, and 2,300, going to be 23, to get 300, and 23, to get 3, going to be 23, to get 300, I sold her, 2,200, Ricardo. 7 and open. $1.55. 155. 55. 57. 55. 57 and a half. 7 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 just 60 and a half. 2 and a half. And half 5. As it get 5. Has 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 it get 65. As it get 5. Has it get 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 70 now. 70. 170 now. 2 and a half. 72. 50 and 75 and 75. 75. 50 and 77 out of hand. They're everywhere. 177 out of hand. Going to be 77 out of hand. Terry. 175. 5. Because everybody got the same memo. Just buy me some feeding cows. I don't buy no calves. Calves are getting cheaper. Cows are getting higher. Huh? Maybe not. 125 and 125. 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. Going to be 125 and 35 and 35, 40, 145, 145, 145, 145. Now 50. $1.50 and 45. It'll get 50. 145. It'll get 50. 45. It'll get 50. Yes, 145. 3. What's her age? 10 by 7. 2,000. 2,100. 21. 20. 21. 21. 21. 100. 100. 2,100. And 21. And 22. 22. 22. 22. 22. 21. 2. And 2. 3. And 23. And 23. 50. Now 4. And 24. 24 to half. Going to be 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 24. 50. 24 and a half. Now 5. 25. 2,500. 25 to get 500 and 2,500 and 20 to get 500. Going to be 25. Pull her out. 25. Going to be 25. So 24 and a half. Weeby. One year, 8 months. Who gave 1,000? 1,000, 1,100. You get 10, 11, 10, 11, 11, 10, 11, 10, 10, 11, 11, 11, 1,100 down 10, 11, 1,100, go to 1,000, 1,100, go to 1,000, go to 1,100, go to 1,000, go to 1,100 now 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, go to be 100. Ricardo, 1,600, 2. One and open. 250. 255. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55 here. 55. 55. 55. 55. 255. 55 here. Now 5 here. $2. 210. $2. Who get 10? $2 not 10 and $2.10 going to be 210 but 10 going to be 10 10 20 going to be 210 20 going to get 210 20 30 going to get 230 40 and 230 40 5 40 and 45 45 45 45 45 50 and 255 and 55 55 55 55 55 here 55 55 55 55 here Solder 250 Ricardo 2. Not open. 65. Has it get a five? Has it get a 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 got a bundle. Seven and tens are open here. 65. Has it get a five? Has it get a 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 now 5. 65. Has it get a five? Has it get a has it get a has it get a 7 and a half 7 and a half 70. We get 70 and 2 and a half 70 and 2 and a half 70 get 2 and a half and 72 50 and 70 bit of a 2 and a half. Going to be 70 bit of a 2 and a half 72 and a half here 72 and a half here 72 and a half 5 and 75 and 77 and a half here bit of a half here. Going to be 7 7 and a half here 77 and a half here. Jace 175 30. 7 to 10, and they're open here, guys. 155 and 55 and 55, 57 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 to 60 and 2 and a half and 2 and a half, 5. As it gets 5, 7 and a half, now 70, now 70, 172 and a half, 72 and a half, 5 and 75 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and 80 and 83, 1, 82, 81, 82, 182, 82 and down to 82, 1 get 2, Chris 181, 21. Six by 3. 7 by 5, 6 by 3, 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100 here, 1, here, 2,100, here, 1 here, now 1, and 21, 2, and 22, 22, 121, 2, 3, and 23, 3, and 23, 4, and 24, 5, and 25, 600, and 2600, and 25, going to be 26, Caleb, yeah, 26, 7, and 7, and 7 of 8, 27 of 8, 7 of 8, 7 of 8, 7 of 8, 7 of 8, going to be 27, going to be 2,800, and now 9, and now 9, bit of 9, and 20, bit of 9, 20, here, going to be 900, and 20, bit of 9, and 20, and 900, Caleb, 2,800, 9. Seven and 8-year-old cows are 4 and 5 months bred. 2,000. 2,100 and 21 and 2,100 here, 1, and 200 and 2, 3, 3 and 400, 500 and 5, 600 and 6, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 of 8, 27 of 8, 27 of 8, going to be 27.50 now 8 and 20 half, 8 and a half, 8, 50, 8, 50, 8, 50, 8, 50 now 9 and now 9 and a half, 9 and a half, 9 and a half, 9 and a half, going to be 29.50 and 20, 9 and a half, now 3 and 3,050 and 30, 50 and 1, 31, 31, 30 and a half, going to be 30 and a half, going to be 2 and 30 and 2, going to be 3,200 and 32 and 200, going to be 2, going to 2 here, Caleb, 31.59. They're 4 and 6 months bred guys who get 1,500. 15 and a half, 15 and a half, half and a half, half and a half, going to be half, 15 and a half, 16, 16 and a half, going to be 7, going to be half, going to be 18, going to be 1,800, 1,800, 18 and a half, going to be 1,850, and 1,900, now 2, and 2,000, going to get 2,000, going to be 2,000, now 2,000, now 1, and 21, 21, 21, 2, and 22, 22, 22, 22, 2,200, and 25, going to be 21, going to be 200 here, so 2,100, McGee. 4-year-old family right there, 3,500 and 35 and 35 and 35, 37 and a half, 35, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 37.50 and 37 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, going to be 3,600 and 35, going to be 3,600 and 35, going to be 3,600 here, going to be 35, going to be 3,600. Caleb, 3,500 on 11. $8, 25, 2,500, 25 and 25, 27 and 25, 27, 25, going to be 27, 25 and 7 and 7, 8, 27 of 8 and 9, and 9, going to 3 and 3,000 and 31 and 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, 3,200 and 31, going to be 31, going to be 200 and 31, going to be 200, going to be 31, going to be 200 here, going to be 31, going to be 2 online, going to be 2, 31, going to be 2 and 3,200 I sold her, 3,100, Chris 7. Seven-year-old family, 3,000. 3100 and 31 and 31 31 31 31 31 3100 here 1 and 3100 here 1 2 2 3 and 33 3 and 33 3 and 33 3 and 33 300 and 33 and 33 33 33 3300 house older 3200 Chris 7. I'll bring my pair back off. She don't bring that. $65 and $65 and $67.50 and now 70 and now 70 73 going to be 70 now 2 and a half 75 75 77 and a half 77 how 80 and now 83 82 and a half 81 2 81 2 3 83 84 85 86 Carter 85 86 here 85 going to be 6 Jace 185 30. Five-year-old family. Cow's got a little longer, sandier toes than normal. 2,500. 25, 27, 50, and 27 of us, 6, 7, and 7, and 7 of 8, 27 of 8, 27 of 8, 9, good 9, 3,000, now 3, and 29, 3, and 29, 3, and 3,000, 3, and 3,001, and 31, 31, 31, 32, and 3,200, going to be 3,200, going to be 32, 3, and 33, 3, and 33, 3, and 33, 3, and 3,300, and 32, going to be 33, 3, and 33, 3, 33, 3, solar 3,200 online, Austin Pettingill. Who? Look at there. Bull baby outside. 2,500 and 25, yeah, 25 and 27, going to be 3,000, going to be 32 and a half, 3,500 and 35, yeah, 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, now 5 and 3,500 and 30, 500, going to be 3,500 to 35, 3,500. Nitzel, 32 and a half. Put her on 2, gotcha. Seven and 8-year-old with babies. 3,000. 3,100 and 31 and 31 and 31 31 31 31 31 and 1 and 3,100 we get 3,100 and 2 and 2 3 we get 33 33 33 34 34 34 5 here 35 and 34 now 5 and 3,500 and 35 we get 3,500 we get 3,500 we get 3,500 and 30 we get 500 going to be 3,500 600 and 35 going to be 6 7 and 37 going to be 7 Austin and 37 we get 37 we get 37 going to be 3,700 and 37 about 37 to go sold 3,600 Chris 7. Two and threes are open. $3. Bigger than I think, aren't they? 250, now 5, and 55, and 55, now 55, 55, 55, 55, yes, sir, 60, now 5, and now 72, 72, 72, 75, 75, 75, give 80, 80, now 85, 85, 92, 90, 2, 90, going to be 80, 95, and 95, and 3, and 95, going to be 305, going to be 305, and 10, going to be 10, going to be 10, going to be 310, and down 10, going to be 10, going to be 10, going to be 10, going to be 10, 310 here, Chris 305, 7X. $65. Has a good five. 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 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 67 and a half. 67.50 and half. 70. Going to be 70. Now 2 and a half. 75. 75. 77.50 and 77 and a half. Going to be 77 and a half. 77 and a half. Going to be 77 and a half. Here. So 175. Chris 21.
Good job fishing then. Who's going? Are you late to 10 o'clock sale? I've been late to a 9 o'clock sale, but not a 10 o'clock sale.
One plus and no puns. $3. $3.05 and $3.05. We get 5 here. 5. We get 5. 305 and half 5. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5 and half 5. 305 and $3.05. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5 here. Bow one. $3.
Probably the same too. Yeah, we're good. We're good now.
But that's fire.
We got to head it off. Wait, that ain't right. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, you're good. Sorry.
$6 a pound. $6 a pound. 610. 610. 610. Terry, $6. 2. Oh, fast little booger. You got a fast horse, Terry? $1,000 by the head. 1,000, 1,000, going to be 1,000, going to be 1,000, going to be 1,000, going to be 10.50, 10.50, and 10 and a half, 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 you're going to be 10.50, 9.11, and 10 and a half, 11, 1,100, going to be 10 and a half, 1,100, going to be 10 and a half, 11.50, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 11.50, 11.50, 11 and a half, 11 and a half. Kelsey, what about you? 1,150, so 1,100, Chris O. Yes, sir. So what you're supposed to say, Cody?
Boo. Boo. Boo, Kev.
Sir? 4,500. Oh, 45 odd cows. Look at this little booger. 500. 550. 6. Half. 7. Half. 8. Half. 9. 900. 900. Showtime. 850. 2.
So you done selling for a while now?
You got one May 4th down in Texas. Then that's it. Wonder how that sale was up in Stillwater.
See anything?
We've ever had two.
500. 5 by the head. 550. 600. Now half. Now 7. Now half. 8. Half. 8 and a half. 900. 900. 9 and a half. 950. 9 and a half. $1,000. 10 and a half. 1050. He'll grow up and get big for you. 1050. Chris, 1,000. Oh. I like him. Huh? I guarantee he would.
You got any more babies? No, that's it.
That's all the baby calves, guys. 5 by 4. 3,000. 30, 100, and 31, and 31, 31, 31, 31, 30, 31, and 3100, 100, 31, 31, 31, 32, and 32, and 32, 32, 32, 3200, and 35, 35, 35, 200 mils, 30, 100. What? Oh. One open, $3. $3 and 35, we get 5 here, 5, we get 5 here, 5 and 10, 310, 310, 15, down 20, and down 20, 20 there, 20, 20 here, 20, 20 here, Chris, 315, 7X. Eight by something. 8 by 5 plus. 2,500. 25, 25, and 25, 25, 20, 27, and 25, 2,600, and 25, going to be 2,600, 25, going to be 2,600, 25, 600, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, and 2,500, 500, and 25, 25, 25, 5, 600, and 25, going to be 2,600, McGee, 2,500. Nine years and she's 4 months bred. 2,100 and 21 and 2,100 here. 1 here. And 21 and 22 to get 3 and 23 to get 4 and 24 5. Yeah, 25 and 25 25 2,500 and 24 now 5 now 6 and 25 going to be 2,600 and 25 going to be 2,600 25 going to be 2,600 McGee 2,500. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 55, 57, and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, now 2 and a half, now 5, as it 5, as it Jay, 62 and a half, 30. $10 by 3 here, $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 60, $1.55, 60 here, going to be 60 here, going to be 60 here, Weeby, 155. Feels like it's Tuesday. $1.65, and 65, has a good 7 and a half, 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 70, and half 72 and a half, 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, going to be 182 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, 85 here, going to be 85 and 90 here, 185 and 90, and 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95 here, Kyle, 190, 21. 150, now 5, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 8-year-old here, 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 on her, 55 here, 35, 40, and 35 and 40, and 35, 40, 35, 40, 40, 40, and 40, 35, you get 40, and 35 and 40, 40, you get 45, going to be 145, 50, and 45 and 50, you get 50, and 50 here, so 145, S3. $65, as a good 5, has a good 7 and a half, down 70, going to be 70, now 2 and a half, 75, now 5, 75, and 75, 50, and now 80, 180, 2 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, going to be 87, 50, 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half, here, 87, 50 here, Kyle, 185, 21. 2-year-old right there, boys. Here, $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5 here. 5 here. Going to be 205 and 205 here. Now 5 and 10. Going to be 210, 15. Going to be down 20 and 20 by 20 there. Going to be 20 and 5 and 25, 25 and 30. Now 30 and now 5. We get 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. Going to be 235. 5 here. Bow 231. A little 3-year-old, $1.50. $1.55 and 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, $1.55, $1.55 and 60, 5, 70, 5, 80, 5, 185, 85 here, 85 here, 85 here, 181. Four-year-old cow here, 135. 135, and 35, you get 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, and 35, 40, 35, you get 43, 35, 40, you get 40, going to be 40, you get 45, 45, now 50, and now 5, and 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 63, 55, 63, 5, going to be 65, and now 5, 70, 170, 70, 165, 1. Jersey headed, didn't she? 2 by 3, 2,000. 2,100 and 2,100 here with 2,100 here with 21, and 22 and 22, 22, 22, 22, 2,200 and 21, 200, going to be 21, going to be 2,200. Ricardo, 2,100, number 2. Seven-year-old here, 65, and 65, 750, and 67, 70, now 70, now 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72.50, and 70, now 2 and a half, going to be 70, now 2 and a half, going to be 70, you get 2 and a half here, Chris, 170.21.
I got 4 of them finally gone. That little group. I'm gonna break your hand and get it one more time.
Yeah. $5 and 105 here. Going to be 105. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. 10. Going to be 110. 15. Going to be 115. 20. And 20. Now 5. And 25. 25. 25. 25. 5 here. 5 here. 30. Now 30. 130. John. 130. Austin. 125. $0.30 a pound, 10 cents a pound, 20 cents a pound, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Chris, 12, 80. I mean, you just feeding your coyotes or what? Oh, jeez. Yeah, give 90. Give 90 for her. $1. $1 bill. You want to try her, John? You got her also. $90. Chris, 12. Jeez. 5 and open. There's a 9 cow. 65. And 65. 75. 7 and a half. 72 and a half. 75. 75. 50. And now 80, sir. Going to be 81. 82 and a half. Going to be 85. 85 there. Going to be 87 of half. Going to be 87 of half. Going to be 87 of half. Going to be 87. 50. 87 and a half. 90. 195. And 95 and 2. And 95. Going to go down 2. Now 5. 205. And 205 here. 5. 5 here. 5 here. $2 on 5. Dollar bid 105 and 105 here. Going to be 105. 85. 85. 85. 85. 85 and 10. Going to be 110. 15. Going to be 20. 120. 125. In 25 and 30 here. 135 and 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. Going to be 35. Chris is out. 35. Yeah, 35 and 35. 35. 35. 35. 35. John's in. 130. Now 5. 135 and 35 here. S 130 on 3. S3. Dollar bid 105 and 105 here. 105, 85, 85, 85, 85 here. 5 and 10 here. 110, 15, 20, and now 21, 21, 21, 20, and 5 here. 10, 25 and 30, and 30 get 30, 30 get 30 here. 125, 80 get 30, and 30 get 30, 30, 25, 30, and 25, 30, 80 get 30 here. Chris 125 on 12. 13. Swollen ankle, $1.50. Little swollen ankle, $1.50. $1.60, 5, 70, $1.70, $1.70, 5, 80, 5, 90, 5, 2, 5, 210, 15, 20, 5, 225. Bo, 221. 65. 65. 7.5. Now 70. Now 72 and a half. 72 and a half. 5. And 75 on her. 75 here. 75 here. 77 and a half. 77 and a half here. Going to be 750. And 77 and a half. Going to be 77 and a half. Going to be 77 and a half here. S 175. 12. Just 2. Got a little zipper here, $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and down 2.5, 2.5, 5, and 65, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, going to be 67, 50, and now 70, going to be 170, now 70, 70, going to be 70, 70 here, Gibbon, 167.5, nothing. Three by 7. Yep.
Is this one's got to bring 3,000?
No, we're sold there.
Oh, we did.
Yep. It's supposed to be correct check, and they were not.
Okay, 25. 2,500 and 25, spin around tone 25, 25 and 2,600 and 25, going to be 2,600, 25, going to be 2,600, 25, 607 and 27, going to be 20, hey, now 9, now 3, now 1, going to be 2 and 31, going to be 2, 3 and 33, 3 and 33, 3 and 33, 3 and 33, 3, 33, 4 and 34, 3,400 and 33, 4, 5 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, she's pretty good, 3,500 and 34, now 5, 6 and 35, going to be 3,600 mils, 3,500. She's 6 months. 2,000. 2,100 and 21 and 21 and 21 21 21 21 21 21 23 and 23 4 and 24 and half 4 4 and 23 4 23 5 and 25 25 25 25 25 5 and 25 5 and 24 5 25 and 2,500 500 5 here Caleb 2,400 3 33. 9 years, and she's 5 months bred. 2100 and 21 and 2100 here, 100 here, now 2 and 21 2200 here, 22 2200 and 25 and 23 and 23 4 and 24 23 4 5 and 25 2500 and 24 and 500 here, 500 here, 6 and 25 6 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 so 2600. Put one done. Number 9. 6 years, she's up on here, 65. Has a good fun, has a good 7 and a half, 70, now 72 and a half, 75, 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 80, and 2 and a half here, 82 and a half here. What about 1? 81, and down to 83, 82 now 3, 83, 82, 83, 182, 21. Doing up on here, 250. 255, 55, 55, 55 here, going to be 255, and 55 here, and 60, and 255, 60 there, going to be 263, 560, and 260 pound here, going to be 60 here, 255, 1.
We got a yard out. Let's get them. Ricardo, let's get our yard outs, please. Thank you, Brad. I'm freezing.
Why?
I'm cold.
It was cold in there Saturday night.
Yeah.
That lot, the number 2 one from California.
Yeah, here's a 7-year-old.
$65. 7 and a half, 67 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, and now 70, now 2 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, going to be 80, now 80, 80 here, 182 and a half, going to be 81, and down to 83, 84, 84, what'd you get for? 84, 84, 83, 84, Terry, 183, 5.
Brad.
One more over here.
No cripple on you, Chris.
What
What?
number? 3.
5 by 5 plus, 5,000.
Go look at 3 X's.
2,500. 25, 750, 25, and 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 3,000, and 3,000, I'm going to get 3,000, I'm going to be 2 and a half, 32.55, and 35, and 35, and 35, 35, 35, 3,500, and 30, I'm going to get 500, going to be 3,500, I'm going to get 3,500, and 3,500, and 30, I'm going to get 500 here, Caleb, 32 and a half, 45. Want it open, $3. $3.05 and $3.05. Gonna get 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. Gonna be 305 and 305 and 305. Gonna get 5 here, 5 here. What'd you get? 305. 305, 305, 305, and 305 here, 5 here. Boja bid 305 here, Chris, $3. 7X. 165. Has a good five. Has a good 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750. And now 70, now 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 80, 80 there, 80 here, 1, 8 now, 1, 2, 3, 83, 83, 82, 83, 4, 84, 83, 84 here, Terry, 183, 5. $2. 210 and 210 and 210, bit of a 210, bit of a 210, good of a 220, good of a 20, bit of a 30, bit of a 40, bit of a 40, and 35, 40, and 5, and 45, 45, 50, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 265 here, 5 here, 70, and 270, and 70 here, good to be 70, bit of 70, 270 here, bow, 265, 9. Six-year-old cow, guys. $55, 55, 55, 55, 57, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half now, 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, $1.73, going to be 70, now 70, now 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 750, and 77 and a half, going to be 77, now 80, and now 80 there, 180, 180 here, 80 here, 80 here, Caleb, 177.50 on number 22X. Still got 90. $40. I didn't see that. $0.50 a pound. 50 cents a pound. Anybody else? Sold her at 40. Chris 12. Yes, you are. 9,000 now. I know it. I don't know if they'll make it. Did you find her?
Yeah, Hope was right one.
We'll take your yard out.
She's got long toes.
Long toes. $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 60, now 55, 60, and 55, 63, 55, going to be 65, and now 75, and 75, 75, 80, 85, here, 85, Kyle, 185, 90, 190, 85 and 90, here, Kyle, 185, 21.
What'd she bring the first time?
Yeah. Whew. Night it open. $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 65, and now 75, 175 here, 75, give 80, and now 80, sir, going to be 85 here, 80, 90 here, 190, 190, 190, 85, 90 here, 85, going to be 90, Kyle, 185, 21. Two years, he's 6 months, 2,100 and 21 and 2,100 here, 1 here, 21, 22 and 23, 3 and 23, 4 and 24, 5 and 25, 600 and 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 800 and 27, going to be 2,800 and 27, bit of 800 here, 27, bit of 8 here, and 27, going to be 20 here, going to be 8. Caleb, 2,733. That's it. Well, you guys have a good week. We'll see you guys, some of y'all back here tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the a.m. Have a good day.
This year's Antonio?
Somebody left it here Thursday cleaning, or left it here